This is ABC 7 News at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Peter Dubois.
And I'm Beth Jones. First tonight, Governor Janet Mills and Attorney General Aaron Frey have formally established an independent commission to investigate the facts surrounding the Lewiston mass shooting. That commission was established through an executive order signed by Governor Mills today. The governor and AG Frey appointed the commission members, who you can see right there on your screen, based on their experience in various areas, including mental health and legal knowledge. The governor and AG made it clear in a letter to the commission that they must operate in an independent and objective manner. The topics they'll be pursuing with their investigation include the facts and circumstances leading up to the shooting, the police response to the shooting and the ensuing manhunt, Robert Card's mental health history and contact with various state, federal, and military authorities, as well as other matters. In a joint statement, Governor Mills and AG Frey said, quote, "As we have said, the complete facts and circumstances, including any failures or omissions, must be brought to light and known by all. The families of the victims, those who were injured, and the people of Maine and the nation deserve nothing less," end quote. Well, the Maine Supreme Court heard arguments from lawyers challenging and supporting recent changes to a child sex abuse statute. Our Grace Blanchard has the details.
After facing a series of lawsuits, the Roman Catholic Diocese of Portland is challenging the constitutionality of a law that removed the statute of limitations for adults who survived childhood sexual abuse. Maine's highest court heard those arguments on Thursday.
Perpetrators of these heinous acts should be held to account, regardless if the act occurred in 1978 or 2023.
In 2021, the law was changed to allow survivors to sue their accused abusers regardless of how much time has passed. That prompted more than a dozen people to file suit against the diocese. State Representative Lori Gramlich was the lead sponsor on the bill that created the law.
As a survivor myself, I thought, what can I do here in the state of Maine for survivors?
The diocese claimed they have no desire to minimize the effects of past sexual abuse by church representatives. The diocese issued a statement saying, quote, "It is our belief that this law is unconstitutional and will significantly impact the diocese's ability to serve the Catholic community of Maine, including those most vulnerable."
This case is about the will of the people upsetting the diocese's mere expectation of getting away with enabling child sex abuse and cover-ups.
Attorney Michael Begas represents the 13 people suing the diocese. He says people came from all across the country to support this change to the law.
This was a very important day in the litigation, and we're very grateful that so many people could travel so far for an important issue that they care so much about.
The Supreme Court will now go into a deliberation period, and it is unclear how long until they reach a decision.
For me, it's a matter of justice, and it's an opportunity for survivors to be believed and have their voices heard.
In Bangor, Grace Blanchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Pro-Palestine protesters continued their efforts today following a demonstration last night during which 7 protesters were arrested for disorderly conduct. Demonstrators protested against Jared Golden's vote to censure Michigan Representative Rashida Tlaib for her statement supporting Palestine. Starting today at 3:45, demonstrators once again walked into Jared Golden's office at 6 State Street in Bangor, but found the doors locked and no one inside. They then moved outside and made their way to the federal building to continue their protest. One of their missions with tonight's demonstration is to express their disagreement with the notion that supporting Palestine is anti-Semitic.
Anti-Semitism is real. This is not anti-Semitism. This is opposing genocide. I have friends who are Jewish who are supporting this in this exact situation. I will find one for you. And that conflation, where people think that if you're critiquing the genocide, you're anti-Semitic, is just, we're done with it.
While officers were present for the demonstration today, no arrests were made.
Meanwhile, a police chase in downtown Skowhegan resulted in an arrest and left multiple vehicles damaged. A stoneworker captured the moment police surrounded the vehicle on video. According to Somerset County Sheriff's Office, at approximately 1:30 Wednesday afternoon, Detective David Cole attempted to conduct a search warrant on 34-year-old Skowhegan resident Raymond Ellis Jr. as part of an investigation into the sale of illicit drugs. Authorities located him at Laney's Pit Stop on Waterville Road. That's when police say a brief struggle ensued between Ellis and Detective David Cole before Ellis fled in his black 2015 Dodge Ram truck. Police cruisers pursued Ellis through Skowhegan for nearly 20 minutes before reaching the parking lot of the former Solon Manufacturing Building, which is currently under construction. Police say that's when an apprentice for Tal Masonry who was working in a skylift witnessed police surround Ellis and ram him into the lift, shaking it considerably. When police searched Ellis and his truck, they found a loaded shotgun, ammunition, fentanyl, crack cocaine, digital scales, and other drug paraphernalia. Ellis was arrested and taken to jail where he remains on $250,000 cash bail. His initial court appearance is scheduled for February 7th of next year.
A tractor trailer carrying a mobile home tipped over onto the sidewalk in downtown Skowhegan around 11:30 this morning. It happened at the busy intersection of routes 201 and 2, just past the Margaret Chase Smith Bridge, traveling northbound into downtown. Initial attempts to move the trailer were unsuccessful, causing traffic to back up in an already congested area. The flow of traffic had to be managed by the Skowhegan Highway Department and Skowhegan Police. According to an officer at the scene, the driver was not associated with any company and no serious injuries were reported.
A Maine dispatch center is turning to an emerging technology to combat its continuing staffing shortage and high call volume. Our David Ledford brings us their story.
911, what is the address of your emergency?
Soon, when you dial the Penobscot Regional Communications Center's non-emergency line, artificial intelligence will answer the phone. The center is partnering with Amazon Web Services to implement an AI answering service that will direct callers to the correct resources and departments for non-emergencies. The hope is that the system will help to ease the workload for the understaffed dispatch center, which took more than 68,000 calls last year alone.
Our call volume has increased significantly since 2018, nearly 28%. With the workforce shortages and the increase in call volume, we have to change up our game plan here.
A number of those calls are for non-emergencies, complaints and general concerns that are not time sensitive.
In our mind, emergency means somebody could die right now. That's an emergency to us. A lot of the issues we're fielding, a lot of the police issues, they happened last night, they happened yesterday, there's civil issues like the animal complaints.
Officials want to stress that this service will only be used for non-emergency calls. And when you pick up the phone to dial 911, a human dispatcher will be on the other end to help.
There is still going to be dispatchers here. There is a human component to this job. The AI bot is only going to be on the business line.
Officials don't yet know how soon the new system will roll out, but when it does, it will be a gradual introduction.
This is not going to be the flip of a switch. It's going to be a very slow, methodical process. We are going to build the system to answer questions the exact same way that we would answer them.
In Bangor, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
So really interesting to hear how they're using that new technology and how it will really help them amid their shortages.
And important to really stress the fact that this is for the non-emergency line.
Right.
When you are truly in a dire state and need immediate assistance, there will be that human being on the other end waiting to assist you.
Definitely assuring to know that.
All right, well, let's go ahead and hit pause here, take a peek outside, and get a first check of our forecast.
Thank you so much, Beth and Peter. Our first weather is brought to you by Saliba's Rug Cleaners, Maine's largest rug cleaning destination for over 70 years. All right, we are back to winter, I would say. Snow showers were falling earlier today. A little bit of accumulations, but mainly north of town. We are clearing up right now. Snow is moving out of the region, but visibility are still a little bit low, mainly just west of town. Take a look at this. Waterville is at 4 miles. Some locations much less than that. Rockland is at 3 right now. Here in town, not too bad, but there will be, and there are some spots still that have some lower visibility, so please slow down, folks, and take it easy for today. At least we don't have any winter weather advisories or winter storm warnings, right? But we do have a small craft advisory that is in effect until around 7 a.m. on Saturday. We'll keep an eye on that. Might get extended once again. Temperature-wise, though, it was cold today. Our average high is closer to 50 degrees. We were nowhere near that. Our high temperature earlier, 33 degrees in town. Same story right by the coast. A little bit warmer, a little push of warmer air by Rockland right off the coast, but still things temperatures were looking well below average all over the state. Overnight tonight, though, we are looking at temperatures hovering close to the freezing mark. Still, a wintry mix possible, but things will start to clear on out. Beth and Peter?
All right. It was a little exciting to see a little snow today, I will say.
Yeah, it was kind of nice.
Well, coming up on ABC 7 News at 6, students from Ellsworth and Brewer High School, as well as Husson University, showed their appreciation for veterans.
And there was a naturalization ceremony at the Augusta State House today. Our Corey Bouchard introduces us to some of the newest Americans. Those stories and much more as ABC 7 News at 6 continues.
Toyota has 20 different all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive models to conquer the elements, like the tough, full-size Toyota Tundra, designed, engineered, and built in the USA. See your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
Jamar Construction Products in Bangor continues to grow to meet our customers' needs, supplying products for site work contractors, concrete contractors, and survey and safety supplies. We are proud to be the local dealer for Hilti, Valley Blades, U.S. Fabrics, and Euclid Chemical, plus so much more. Stop by and see us at 1270 Hammond Street or give us a call at 907-4491. If you dig it, pour it, plow it, fasten it, lay it, or lift it, Jamar Construction Products can help you.
Nobody likes to talk about health insurance. It's complicated, expensive, and stressful. But when you join Community Health Options, you have real Mainers in your corner. People who not only know how hard it is out there, but who genuinely want to make it all easier. Easier to enroll, easier to understand, easier to pay for. Because when you put people over profits, life is just better. Enroll today at healthoptions.org.
My father started a roofing company in the 1970s.
Back when asbestos was still commonly used in Maine.
When George was diagnosed with mesothelioma, we knew there wasn't a cure yet, but we knew he needed help.
We called Joe Bornstein's office because this family means business.
Their team is handling everything, representing Mainers who were victims of asbestos exposure.
We highly recommend the law offices of Joe Bornstein.
Call Joe today for a free case evaluation. There's never a fee unless you win.
The Farmer's Table in Corinna brings you outstanding breakfasts, lunches, and dinners made from farm-grown fresh ingredients. Dinner specials are available every day. Enjoy our homemade desserts, and above all, bring your appetite to the Farmer's Table in Corinna.
Of course you're doing well. You're here on Wheel of Fortune.
Let's go win some money.
These contestants are going places. We're sending you to Aruba, Italy, Scandinavia. They're moving and shaking.
Let's go.
You could try to make it look a little harder.
Getting it done.
Can't you get one more? Yes. Yes.
Here on Wheel.
The perfect place to be.
And this is it, right?
Right here.
Weekdays at 7 on ABC 7.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back. Husson University kicked off a series of events to honor veterans today. The day started off with a presentation which featured remarks from Husson President Robert Clark. Later on, students, staff, and alumni who are veterans gathered together at the Dickerman Dining Center, where they were treated to a free barbecue meal. Husson faculty member and Air Force veteran Michael Komorski says the university does a great job of honoring its veteran community.
Pretty much everyone you talk to now is a vet, volunteered to serve. So it was our privilege to do that, and wearing the flag of our nation on my shoulder for 24 years really meant a lot. But the occasional thank you for your service is always appreciated.
Tomorrow, the Husson Student Government will hold its first ever MVP walk to benefit Maine Veterans Project, which will be open to the public.
Meanwhile, a local high school is starting a new Veterans Day tradition this year. For the first time, Ellsworth High School's Honor Society hosted a Veterans Day program. For the occasion, local vets were invited to be recognized by students during a small ceremony, which was followed by a keynote speaker.
I think for a lot of veterans, after a while, I think that the idea of that they've been in the service and all of that begins to fade because it's been so many years for many of them. And so the idea that we were able to even take just a few moments today and thank our local veterans, I think means a lot to them, and it means a lot to us as well.
According to Ellsworth teacher and organizer of the event, Dr. Heidi Amlar, the program was an overwhelming success and will definitely be back in the coming years.
Another local high school is continuing its decades-long tradition of honoring veterans today. For about 20 years now, Brewer High School has invited service members of the past and present to join them for a veterans breakfast, followed by a variety of speakers, essays, and poems.
It just provides an opportunity to appreciate the veterans, the current service members, future service members, and just really inspire and remind our students what this day is all about.
For the veterans and service members that have attended the breakfast year after year, the day certainly holds a special place in their hearts.
It's a special brotherhood, and it's an opportunity to get with a lot of other people who've served in the military, and it's a special feeling.
Yes.
Well, we thank them for their service. A naturalization ceremony at the State House today recognized Maine's newest U.S. citizens. It was the first ceremony of its kind since before the pandemic. Our Augusta area reporter Corey Bouchard was there and brings us the story.
Oh, say, can you see? On behalf of the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services, it is my pleasure to welcome you to your administrative naturalization ceremony here today.
Around 30 new U.S. citizens took their oath of allegiance at the State House Thursday.
I decided to become an American citizen to enjoy the opportunity of this free land.
Governor Janet Mills spoke at the ceremony with the message not to forget where you came from.
To my fellow Americans, welcome home. I hope you will continue to celebrate your past as you embark on your future here in Maine.
According to officials, a problem with the Postal Service resulted in many not getting their appointment letters telling them of the ceremony until last night. This meant some had to travel from across the state to be here.
I checked the mail last night at around 4:30 and I panicked. They said I had to be here today by 9 a.m., but I wasn't going to miss this for the world. I called my boss and told him I am heading to go get my citizenship, and we'll talk about everything else later. So.
For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
At the State House, I'm Corey Bouchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Such a great moment, and congratulations to all the new citizens.
Absolutely.
Still to come on ABC 7 News at 6, the Holden Police Department is in the midst of its 25 Days of Kindness. We'll check in with Chief Eduardo Benjamin.
And in sports, Maine hockey is preparing for a big matchup at the Alphon this weekend. We'll have that story right after the break.
At Living Innovations, we build community. You can be a part of it. We put supporting people first, and that builds a caring community within our workforce and for the people we serve. Living Innovations supports people with disabilities and has flexible work opportunities available. You could become a shared living provider and work from home, or help support people to be active in the community. To learn more, visit livinginnovations.com and check out our employment and home provider opportunities. Become a part of Living Innovations and be part of a community with a purpose.
With AAA insurance, by bundling our home and auto policies, we saved over $450.
And we were shocked at the savings.
When we switched to AAA auto insurance and bundled our policies, we were able to save over $400 every year.
Switch to AAA insurance today, and you could save an average of $483 on auto insurance. Compare that to State Farm, Geico, even Allstate. Call now for your free AAA full picture quote to find out how much you could save.
Well, my passion is hang gliding. I've been doing it for over 30 years, and it's like flying. I mean, it's like everything you always dreamed about. AAA insurance helps us save more.
And do more.
The savings from AAA insurance has allowed me to pursue my passion of making jewelry. It's great to have a little bit of extra cash to do something that you love.
To find out how much you could save by switching to AAA insurance, call 866-460-1310 for your free AAA full picture quote today. You'll be glad you did.
Do you have a wet basement, nasty crawl space, settling foundation, sinking concrete, or clogged gutters? I'm Tony Hafford with TC Hafford Basement Systems, all things basement-y. For over 30 years, thousands of homeowners throughout Maine and southeastern New Hampshire have trusted TC Hafford. Basement waterproofing, crawl space repair, stabilizing foundations, concrete leveling, and gutter installation. Call TC Hafford Basement Systems for all things basementy.
Nice. DraftKings Sportsbook is live in Maine. You'll be so dialed into every play that you forget to eat your wings. You made my wings cold, DraftKings. Flailing your arms like you can disrupt the free throw. Miss, fool! And a home run will have you crying like it's the birth of your child. I'm so happy.
DraftKings Sportsbook is live in Maine. New customers, download the app now and bet $5 to get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Because life's more fun when you're in on the action. The crown is yours.
Yeah.
Tonight's Sports is brought to you by Engstrom's Auto Service in Guilford. We specialize in all foreign and domestic service and alignments.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Let's start on the ice. It is a huge weekend for Maine men's hockey coming up. A top 15 matchup at the Alfond on Friday and Saturday. We're now 13th ranked Maine is hosting the top team in the country, the Boston College Eagles. The Black Bears coming off of a weekend sweep on the road against Merrimack College. Add that to their win over Quinnipiac, who was a top 5 team at the time, and Maine has a pretty good early resume for the season. But Boston College is a whole nother animal. And head coach Ben Barr says these games are a great opportunity for a team who has their sights set on being one of the top teams in the nation as well.
Our goal is ultimately to be the best team in college hockey someday. And, you know, like when you get a chance to play teams like BC that, you know, right now the #1 team in the nation with a boatload of talent, it's a great experience and a great opportunity. So we know we have to play the game a certain way to have success against good teams. And it's no different this week. And we take, you know, it's one day at a time for us.
At 5-1, Maine is off to their best start in a long time, over 10 years. Both games are sold out for the weekend at the Alfond, and they know the place is going to be rocking. But Barr says it was like that for their home playoff loss a year ago. So despite the excitement, the team needs to stay focused and treat it as if it were any other game.
I mean, obviously there's excitement, all that kind of stuff, but, you know, the game is played for 60 minutes on Friday and Saturday night, whistle to whistle. And nothing can change for, you know, from basically what we've been doing to give ourselves a chance to win.
Those should be some exciting games this weekend. Let's move back to some high school sports now. Our soccer state championship matchups are all set for Saturday after regional finals this week. Here's what we are looking at. Venues are Messalonskee High and Mount Ararat for our 11-player teams, and 8-player soccer finals are at Coney. In Class A, Bangor and Scarborough play for the girls' gold ball, Lewiston and Deering for the boys at Messalonskee. Class B, Yarmouth looks for the double gold ball. Their girls play Ellsworth, and their boys play John Baptist at Mount Ararat. Class C, also in Topsom, Waynfleet plays Fort Kent, and George Stevens tries to take down Mount Abram. Class D, back at Messalonskee, Penobscot Valley, the girls trying to get past St. Dom's. And Easton and Monmouth Academy is the matchup for boys. And then for 8-player soccer, Panquist Valley girls are taking on Madison. Skank Stearns plays Carabec Valley for the boys. All right, wishing everybody luck there. That is all the time we have for sports right now. Here's Conrad Sapinski with your full 5-day forecast. Conrad?
Thank you so much, Tyler. Today's weather is brought to you by Fire Farms. Fire Farms in Belfast, the #1 dispensary, offering a great selection of pipes, water pipes, CBD products, and much more. All right, folks, things are starting to improve. We did have a little bit of snow earlier today. Of course, some rain showers down south by Boston into Long Island, New York City. Saw a couple of sprinkles as well, but now we will continue to clear up. Here in town, though, temperatures were cold enough to really support that snow. So mainly a snow event here in town. Overnight tonight, though, as temperatures continue to stick around that freezing mark, we will see just a little bit more of a wintry mix, but things will continue to clear on out. Our future snowfall pretty much not showing much, maybe a few flurries, a light snow shower here and there, mainly up north. Greenville and north of that is where we're looking at possibly an additional maybe trace of snow. Other than that, things are really clearing up. Take a look at this, though. Most of the country got a push of warm air. Look at Chicago, 55 degrees, even all the way up into Wisconsin. 50s are showing up. So warm air making its way up north, not quite here in town. New York City, Boston, they were hovering around 50s. 30s here in town, so big difference. Our high temperature only reached around 33 degrees here in town. Same story, Bar Harbor, Waterville's hovering close to freezing. Rockland a little bit warmer. We saw some mid-30s there, but then up north, Millinocket area, Greenville, they were sticking around below freezing. So all that snow that fell, of course, is sticking around. The roads are not looking too good. Please slow down, folks. Temperature-wise, though, we're going to stay cold the next several days. Let's say the next week plus. We're going to see temperatures hovering around 40, 41, 42, a little bit warmer by middle to end of next week. We're talking mid-40s outside. That is still going to be below average. Wind-wise, though, not too bad. Around a 5 to 10 mile per hour breeze all over the state from the coast, in town, and then all the way up north. Millinocket, not too bad. We're looking at calm winds, but then just west of town, Greenville, not so lucky, a 10 mile per hour breeze. But for tomorrow, though, tomorrow afternoon, we will all have a little bit more breezy conditions outside all over the state of Maine. For tonight, though, things will start clearing up. But first, we're talking a little bit more of a wintry mix, a little bit of rain showers, mainly sprinkles, some sleet, hail, and of course, some snow will get mixed in with temperatures hovering around the freezing mark. For tomorrow, much better. Temperatures in those mid-40s, mostly cloudy skies, and a little bit of a breeze, but things will start to clear up. Our extended forecast outlook does show nicer weather starting to make a return by the weekend, and even into beginning of next week, we're talking 40s outside with lots of sunshine. Beth and Peter?
All right,
pretty mild stuff.
Yeah, looking pretty good.
All right, well, there is still more to come, folks. Stay with us.
Finding the right vehicle for you and your family can be a daunting task. At Varney Buick GMC, our expert staff is here to make the journey as painless as possible. Our goal is to get you and your family in a vehicle that will best fit into your lifestyle. Communication is key, and our team makes sure to be completely transparent throughout the process, informing you on all of your options. Come experience Varney value, only at Varney Buick GMC.
When outdoors, some people like it hot and some people like it cold. However, when indoors, most people like it comfortably warm. Choose a Boderas boiler from McCusick Petroleum Company to provide you with comfortable and efficient heat. They also offer sales and service on many brands of furnaces, boilers, and water heaters. McCusick Petroleum Company delivers oil and LP gas to homes and businesses throughout the Pequot region. If you'd like more information on pricing or service, call or stop by our office in Dover Foxcroft.
This Veterans Day, join Fox ABC Maine as we salute and honor our veterans. Are you an active, inactive, or retired member of the armed services? Do you know someone who is? Then upload your photos on foxbangor.com/Maine Heroes. We will randomly select multiple veterans to win a gift voucher from Chick-fil-A. Locally sponsored by Bangor Tire Company, Disconnected Tattoo and Art Company, Marilyn Monroe Spas, and Ray Plumbing and Heating.
This November, every Friday is like Black Friday at Bob's. And that means you get exciting new unlocks every Friday of the month, on top of my everyday low prices with flexible financing options. Oh my Bob! A huge selection of complete rooms for only $9.99 or less. Oh my Bob! Plus a bunch of bundle and save packages ready to ship in time for the holidays.
Oh my Bob!
When every day is like Black Friday, there's only one thing to say. Oh my Bob!
Bob's Discount Furniture. Shop at Label Shopper for the latest designer fashions, all at 30 to 70% less than department stores. With prices this low and styles for everyone, you can get more of the brands you love. Label Shopper. Great clothes, great prices.
Tonight, the third GOP debate. Did any of the hopefuls close the gap with the frontrunner? Plus, we're inside Gaza as Israel's attacks intensify. More Americans turn to the most watched program on television. World News Tonight with David.
Welcome back, and finally tonight, Holden police are once again giving back to their community with 25 Days of Kindness. The annual event kicked off last month when the department delivered more than 1,000 gallons of oil to residents in George Pond Estates. Late Holden Police Chief Chris Greeley created the program more than 6 years ago, and it all started with officers performing small acts of kindness and has grown into what it is today. Chief Eduardo Benjamin says the department felt determined to keep the program going following Greeley's passing earlier this year.
He took good care of his community, he took good care of his people, and we're going to keep the legacy alive. As a police department, sometimes we see the people in the worst days of their lives, when they really need, and this is a good moment to have a positive interaction.
Great point there. Well, Chief Benjamin says the support of the community is what has allowed this event to continue for so long, with donations coming in year-round. He also says the department still has plenty of surprises in store for the rest of the 25 Days of Kindness. We'll be looking forward to see what they do.
It's just wonderful to see that tradition continuing. We know that Chief Greeley would certainly approve. We know that his family sees that continuing to go on, and that's a wonderful legacy to leave behind, and I'm sure the community is very grateful.
Yeah, they definitely are.
Alrighty, folks, well, that is going to do it for us. From everyone here at ABC 7 News, take care and have a great rest of your night.
Good night, everyone.